How much would you pay for a piece of paper with just a few words and numbers on it? I'm AJ Kittle, and welcome to TruTalk. The price of attending college includes much more than just tuition. The price includes tuition, room and board, or gasoline for commuters, of course, textbooks, and other various expenses, including specific course fees. So when you look at this, you're saying, oh, well, I have to pay $40,000 a year to attend this college. Not true. You probably haven't factored in books yet, for sure. Or other just living expenses like buying breakfast, okay? The price of textbooks for college students is really a detriment on the wallets of those students and their families. CNBC.com states that the College Board estimates that the average student in this country spends around $1,200 a year on books and supplies. A single book can cost as much as $200. That's directly from CNBC.com. That's a lot of money every year. We're talking for a 4-year program. That's about $4,800 over the course of 4 years. And that doesn't come with the tuition that you already pay, or your room and board, or anything that's included in the package deal of going to college. This is absolutely ridiculous for someone as poor as myself. Some people claim that, oh, AJ, just go buy used books. Go buy used books, AJ. Like, no big deal. You can save so much money. And you're right. You'd be right to say, yeah, you can save a lot of money by buying used textbooks. And I've done so myself. I'm sharing a textbook with my roommate right now because, times are tough and we can do it. So, but the problem with buying used textbooks is you sometimes have to buy connect codes for courses. If you're not familiar with what connect codes are, or the equivalent, there's like 100 different types of these things. But connect codes are codes that you use to access online materials for classes, and you do homework online, and you get an online version of the textbook. These codes by themselves typically cost about $100 each, and depending on how many classes you take that require connect codes, you could be paying $600 just for these codes in the online books. You don't even get a hard copy of the books, okay? In fact, funny story, I accidentally bought a connect code for the class of speech, and I didn't need it, so I had to return it. Still waiting for the money back in my account. Yeah, seriously, please give me the money back. I really need it. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty certain that I'm not the only one who's upset about these book costs either. This is a huge deal. This is a huge problem. It's a lot of money for us to be paying for books on top of what we already paid to learn from our teacher. And so, AJ, why are you upset? You know now, you've been in a semester of college. Why are you so upset about this whole thing? Because the true cost of college is really a pain. It's way more than I thought it would be. I can't believe how much it's really costing me, and it hurts my soul and hurts my wallet to pay this much money for college. It's like, gosh, this is ridiculous. But I know what you're thinking. I know. AJ, you can't put a cost on education. You can't put a price on your education. Well, I can't put a price on my education, but the University of Findlay says that it's about $30,640 per year. That's from smartclass.com. And I'm not saying that oh, this is terrible that they charge us this much. But I'm saying that's the cost of what they're charging you just to go to classes, not the textbooks, not the room and board, just the education aspect of it. And I love the University of Findlay. I'm not saying that they're the problem at all. I'm not gonna say that they're overcharging. I don't want to get in trouble with anybody. I really do enjoy it here, and so this university is not the problem solely. It's all these universities collectively are overcharging, and the system's broken with the books. There's real problems with this system. There's no warning about the cost of books. Like, I got to college and I had no idea until my family was like, well, AJ, don't forget, you have to buy books too. And I'm like, what? I have to buy books? I thought I had all my stuff covered. They're like, no, you have to buy books. And I'm like, well, all right then. Another problem with it is that you can use college loans for tuition and for room and board typically, but the cost for books is out of pocket almost always. Like, a lot of people don't pull out loans for books. It's typically just, oh, well, time to drain my checking account. And I did do that. I did drain my checking account. I also drained my savings account. And yeah, so my bank's probably pretty mad at me. So I went on this rant for I don't know how long. You guys are probably counting down the seconds till this video is over by now, but you're probably wondering, okay, AJ, what's the solution? What are you gonna do about it? Like, what can you do about it? And it's not something that I can do by myself, and I don't even know if anything we would do would change the system, but I think that we could probably do something collectively as a community to do something about it. First of all, I believe that the universities should attempt to find an alternate source for providing education, like maybe not necessarily utilizing all these textbooks, maybe instead coming up with some original material or borrowing work from elsewhere. Because I mean, the professors know the material, right? Like, they should know. And I know that that's probably difficult, but I think it's possible, and I think that the universities are smart enough that, while they know how to make profits, they can also probably figure out how to reduce the cost of education, because they are very intelligent, regardless of what they want you to believe. Students should also do their best to avoid buying directly from bookstores and from the manufacturers, like on the websites, if at all possible. And this will reduce the revenue of the bookstores, of the manufacturer of the books. And some of you are gonna say right now, you're gonna say, AJ, that's gonna drive up the prices of books. Don't you know anything about supply and demand, AJ? Yes, I do. I know quite a bit about supply and demand. And what's gonna happen is they're gonna realize that nobody's buying the books because the price of the books is above the equilibrium of what people are willing to pay for it. So they're going to drop the price so that they can supply more. That's how it works. It's going to drop to that point where people say, okay, this is almost reasonable, I guess I will buy it again, instead of buying used books. It's actually going to be a lot better for bookstores once they drop the prices. But I mean, that could be a slow fade. It could be a really slow fade from the prices right now. And of course, if people stop buying right now, the prices will go up immediately. Like, not immediately, but in the short run, those prices are going to go up. But eventually, if we all hold tight, the prices will go down. So ultimately, do your best to boycott the book manufacturers. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to my rant about college textbooks. This has been a TruTalk, and subscribe for more. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Shush! Welcome!
Keep recording.